Okay. Au revoir. Yeah. I only took it in high school, man. I don't know too much.
This far, nigga, we'll make it this far, this far.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Dear Radio. It's your boy, Dear Seeds. And today, man, it's just me and my boy, Dear Michael, today, man. Hey, Dear Michael, how you doing today, man?
Doing good, brother. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. We missing a couple soldiers, man, but we gonna make it through, man.
You know it.
Got my boy. So today we got a special guest today by the name of Hervé D'or. Mr. Hervé D'or. He wanted me to say it in French, but I told him I wasn't gonna do all that. So hey, look, it's how he told me it sounded. That's what I'm gonna say to him, man.
Nah,
Hervé, man, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I've been doing a little bit better if you pronounce it in French, but it's all good.
What's up?
I'm gonna try by the end of this episode, man. I got you, man. I
We're
got
gonna
you.
work on it, man. No,
Yes,
parle un
sir.
petit français, un petit peu, but that's it, man.
Oh,
What? What is this? What? Now
yeah.
hold up before we get into it, man. Tell everybody what that means, man.
For us to speak a little bit of French, just a little bit.
Oh, dang, that's what you said. Okay,
And, you
okay.
gotta be multilingual out here, man.
Yeah, hey, I ain't gonna lie. That's pretty cold, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's cold.
Hey,
Speaking French,
we got to
that's
brush.
cold.
We got to brush up on our language barriers, don't
Nah, for,
we? Got to
nah,
figure
for
it out.
sure. Nah, for sure. So today's word of the week, man, is composure. So everybody, man, get that in your head, man. For at the end of the show, we're gonna ask you, Hervé, about that word composure, man, and what that means to you, man. We're gonna let you go into depth about that, and then maybe Demarkel and myself may have something to add on to that at the end. But Demarkel, man, take us away, man.
Yeah, I mean, as C's already mentioned, we got to think our word of the week, where we go in and talk about the word. That's kind of the basis of our show, and we have a great opportunity to obviously get an opportunity to hear your story. So, without further ado, Hervé, again, we appreciate you having us on and or coming on the show, and we want to know a little bit more about you. So, please tell us, about yourself and where you're from.
All right, for sure. So, y'all said my name is Hervé.
Hervé, I like that.
Hervé. Yeah.
No,
I go back and forth
no,
between.
you gotta do it French. That's tough.
Yeah. I'm a Haitian American. That's where you got a black dude with a French name. That's where that kind of ties in together. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, originally from Boston. So Haitians they either gonna be in or originate from three places in the United States: Florida, Boston, or New York.
I ain't
So
never heard of the Boston one. That's different. That's
I
new.
ain't heard Boston. That's
yeah,
crazy.
Boston is mad deep for Haitians. I can't hold
Is it? I ain't
you.
never.
Yeah.
Wow.
How is it like that? I know some people out there. We had a guest that played for the Celtics Gaming Professional League. He out there in Boston. But other than that, I don't really know too much about Boston.
Yeah, Boston is cool. I mean, it has its ups and its downs. I'm really biased. Like, I can't really see myself being anywhere outside of Atlanta. Atlanta's
I'm telling you, one of the ones, right?
one of the ones. Like I said, I went to Orlando recently. I was like, yeah, Orlando's cool,
Yeah.
but it ain't like home. Went to Miami recently. I was like, it's cool. It ain't like home. You feel me? Like,
Real talk.
but growing up as a Haitian in Boston was cool because it's such a huge community, right? So it's like
Mm,
whatever you need is a Haitian that's doing it. Like you go to the supermarket, you hearing Creole. You go to Mattapan, you gonna see some of the roadsides in Creole. So that was the cool part about it, compared to Atlanta, where
mm,
it's like all the Haitians are spread out. Like it's a huge Haitian community out here too, but it's not like back home for real.
that's tough.
That's crazy.
And
And you said some of the hold on, my fault, Michael.
go
You
ahead.
said some of the road signs was in Creole as well.
Yeah, like it's that deep. You go to Brockton or you go to Mattapan, which is like right south of Boston. It's like the deepest Haitian population. It's really like Little Haiti, but
Mm.
up in Boston.
Wow,
Yeah, man.
that's crazy.
How far is that from the city?
Not far, probably like what, 15 minutes.
Oh, that's
Not
right
far
there.
at all. It's like really right
Yeah,
south of it.
yeah, that ain't far at all.
It get too cold out there though, ain't it?
Man, I was just up there for Christmas, man. I was like, yo,
Ooh,
nah, I can't
No.
do it. I gotta,
mm.
y'all
Uh,
gotta see me in the summers, bro. This ain't it.
Snow get up to 5, 7 feet out there, man.
It make you not want to do nothing out there, and it get dark at
Bruh.
like 3:30 at the wintertime, bro.
What?
Bro, not it, bro.
No one.
I mean, I could kind of see that too, cause that's real like East Coast, like that's like
Yeah.
East Coast. So
Even
like that's where the sun moving from over there quick.
Yeah.
So I can understand that.
and
Yeah, that.
you moved to Georgia during elementary school.
Yeah, during elementary, our parents moved down here.
Okay.
Better climate, bigger houses and all that good stuff. And yeah, I honestly think it was probably the best decision that they could have made for us, bro.
Yeah.
For Boston.
He said, "Nah."
I heard that they sold that. My mom had a 3-family house in Somerville, which is kind of like a really, really nice area in Boston
Yeah.
now that's worth 1.9 mil, and she
Mhm.
bought it for 100,000.
Mm.
Sick. I'm talking about that could be my inheritance right there.
Mm.
Right there.
But
I'm talking about right there.
Right there for sure.
that was
That's crazy, man. But who knows though? Who knows how that's supposed to go out, man? Like your parents seen another opportunity. They wasn't thinking about, man, that career we just had, man, we stay down for a little bit longer. Somebody come by and swoop it off our hands for this X amount more. Like nobody ever knows that unless obviously you got insider trading or anything like that. Motherfuckers
cool.
telling you like, hey, this city gonna blow up in the next 5, 10 years.
Mhm. Well, I guess the financial literate thing to do is to not sell real estate. Once you own it, you can rent it out, or you can do some other things to keep ownership of it while not actually, having it as a liability.
Yeah,
You know, I guess that just comes apart with the education. Like when you know better,
yeah.
do better. And it was a
Do
three
better.
family home.
Yeah,
She could have rented those out easy. Like
Mm.
a
yeah, that's
multi-family
true,
in
man.
Boston is it's hot right now.
Would
It
you
was
would you ever get into that, or are you already into that in Georgia, like buying homes and renting them out, or just kind of planning on doing that sometime?
I do plan on doing that in the future.
Mm.
I work with a lot of real estate investors, so I kind of already see how it operates and I see how they move. And, it's one of
Mm,
those things that's very lucrative. It's just for me right now, my time, my energy is focused strictly on the insurance business and getting that to go to a point to where that's comfortable. And then once that's good, it could fund everything else that I'm trying to do.
Now let's get into that.
yeah,
Like,
man.
when you
Yeah,
when you make that decision, like, okay, or when the opportunity even come your way to where like this is a possibility that I want to get into. Let me learn more about it. Let me research a little bit, and then let me, once you had that knowledge base, go
Mm.
dive into it. What was that looking like?
Well, I mean, it's one of those things. Anybody who just wakes up and says they want to be an insurance agent is lying. Like
Okay.
insurance, who wants to just
no, that's a fact.
be an insurance agent? But it kind of came about when I was like, you know what? I don't want to be in law enforcement anymore. Like I can't really see myself being a cop. I don't want to go back to school. And my cousin, who owns a business up in Boston, he's like, "Yo, if you don't want to go to school, you don't want to do this anymore. You got to find a way to get into sales." And I was like, "Sales, mind you, I'm more of an introverted type of person. And working law enforcement security, you kind of like the more you don't speak is the better, right? Because you don't want to come off as too friendly or do none of that. So I'm like,
Yeah,
with sales, I ain't never did sales a day in my life. Like, I don't know. That doesn't really seem like it. He's like, yo, I'm telling you, like that's how you gonna live the lifestyle that you want to live. So I was like, okay, cool. I started looking into it. I looked into real estate. I looked into mortgage lending. Looked into insurance, and insurance was the only one that paid you residually, right? And then, I really started looking into it. And I was like, man, every time I drove past an insurance agent's office, there's always some nice cars out there. Like, they always seemed like they was doing all right, right?
yeah.
So I interviewed with the first agent I worked for. He was a younger dude, like, and maybe in his mid-30s, early 40s. And I pull up, and he had a silver AMG Mercedes lowered on some red rim. Somewhat of a car guy, right? And I'm like, damn, that shit hard. Like, okay, cool. And, I'm talking to him, I'm vibing with him, and I'm like, yo, this is like an older version of me. Like, dude is lit. Like, he had the Louis Vuitton Demire bag in the cut, like Cartier glasses, like,
Sold you the lifestyle.
Nah, for
yeah,
sure.
like, but he's lit. You feel me? I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And so the the second interview comes up, he has a silver Rubicon lifted, same color scheme to match, right? Like just. And so, I'm talking to him. He's like, so, what's your 10-year goal? And I'm like, yeah, I think I want to have a business. I want to do X, Y, and Z. And he's like, why would you want to do that in 10 years? Why not 2 years, right? And I'm like, damn, you're right. So I started working for him, just picking up game. He's like a real serial entrepreneur. Me and him still cool to the day. And it's been up ever since. I started realizing, like, yo, I'm actually kind of good at this. Like, this is all right. Like, the first policy I wrote, I had a State Farm shirt. I'm going to a restaurant after work, just like, casual thing.
Yeah.
And the restaurant owner come up to me like, oh, you selling shirts? I need you. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, that was easy. That was a $5,000
Yeah.
policy right there. I'm like, that's all I had to
Sheesh.
do? That, sign me up. We could do this. And yeah, it's been up ever since.
That's
Dang. I mean,
tough.
hey, walking to a restaurant, business owner talking about, hey, I need you. Shit, hey,
Mhm.
sign me up right then and there too. I ain't lying, cause shoot,
That's
that's
what,
residual off bat.
exactly. And then you start, making relationships with restaurant owners, with different people. Like, I used to get discounts over there after that. I was like,
Exactly.
oh, like, this is
Now you eating damn near free in that motherfucker.
all because I'm providing a service that they need, and I'm helping to protect their business
Yeah,
because they didn't have no
Mm-hmm.
insurance. Period. And I'm like, how
Exactly.
you a whole business you don't got insurance? And because I literally I'll go there after work. I'm able to see what they got going on, see what risks they got, and since I'm their age, I could go ahead and protect them like that. So it's like it's a mixture of, hey, this is a good way for me to make the lifestyle I want. It's also a good way for me to serve the community that I'm involved in.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, it's been up.
So y'all
That's big. That's big.
y'all do commercial, y'all do personal. Like, so what is if you're doing a commercial joint like that? Like, what's you ain't got to go specific, but like let's just say a typical business that's doing anywhere from 500 to a million, uh,
Mm.
or something like that, or anywhere from 200 to a million. Like, what's the policy look like that business should be looking for if they need to be insured, which they should be.
I mean, it really just depends on the type of business. One business that I just did right now, it's a clothing store, right? It's like one of those resale stores. They sell like Supreme, Babe, stuff like that. Their biggest risk is their inventory. Somebody breaks into them, gets stolen. So with that, it's making sure they got the right amount of business, personal property. If it's a restaurant, workers' comp is super big because people get hurt at restaurants or food poisoning and things like that. So it's really tailored to the type of business that they're doing. No. I
That's
mean, like a lawyer or a doctor, their main thing is like a malpractice or what they call errors and omissions.
yeah,
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
that's fire. And on
Dang, man. So
go ahead.
my fault. But take it back for us, Hervé, man. You said you was a police officer, man, or security. How was that, man? Like, what got you into that first?
yeah. So I never really fully went through with being a police officer. I got hired with two departments out here. Part of the reason I didn't go through with it was one of the departments. The supervisor looked at me and he was like, "You know what? You're gonna be perfect for night shift." All right. And then it was a one like in that meth zone in Georgia, like North Georgia. I was like, yeah, nah, bro, that ain't it. And I mean,
Yeah.
and one of the biggest factors to that too was like, considering my brother's past, and I was like, man, I really can't be out here doing something too. I'm the really the last son left to really hold down my family. So I'm like, man, I can't full heartedly be the type of police officer I wanted to be
Yeah.
while being out here putting myself in harm's way. And I was like, there has to be a way to serve my community and do the things I want to do and not do that. And then
Yeah.
getting shot at doesn't help either. Like, got shot at one.
Uh, oh, how did that go about? Tell us that story.
Yo,
What?
there used to be this apartment complex in Atlanta called the Four Seasons.
Mm,
Uh,
Oh,
yeah, the fourth is
okay. I done heard about that, man. I done heard about that.
yeah. So so I was on security over there, right? This is terrible. So it was So I used to do like armored truck services and stuff like that too, right?
Yeah.
So it was the dude who used to qualify us to do the armored truck shit. He had the contract to do security over there. And when he was qualifying us one day, he was like, "Yo, if you ever need any side work, let me know. I got you. You know, because my scores was all that. I used to be a sniper. I used to be nice with it, right? So
That's why you put your ass over there,
yeah,
right there.
yeah, that's why I messed up. And literally the first day I pulled up, I'm just doing a little lap around the premises, making sure everything's cool, whatever. And literally the first day I pull up is a drug deal happened right before me.
Mm.
I'm like, damn, this shit seemed. I used to be more of like an adrenaline junkie, but I ain't
Mm-hmm.
like that anymore. And it was just one day we was just chilling. It was like 4 or 5 of us just in front of the apartment complex. Security got all our shit on us, just chilling. There's some people over there playing a dice game, and I guess shit went left, and they start shooting at the dice game, right? And then, mind you, we like in eyesight of all this going on, and so we like, hey, buddy looks at us and starts shooting at us and starts running. I'm like, bro, this shit it's just retarded.
People, hey man, nowadays folks crash out about anything. That's just crazy.
Yeah. But my whole
That's
thing
just
is, how
crazy.
you shooting at the dice game in eyesight of security? This shit
Not,
is just
not caring.
retarded.
They so blacked out at that moment. Like it ain't.
Exactly. They be exactly.
They locked in. That's crazy.
Don't even be knowing what's going on. They're just like, oh shit, they after me. Let me
Yeah.
try to shoot at them to get them off my trail or something. Knowing that y'all ain't really gonna chase them, y'all just gotta call. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
The
no, no,
boys.
we wasn't that type of security. No, we chased.
Nah.
Oh,
Yeah.
y'all chase 'em?
Oh yeah, we chased.
Oh, he trying to.
Oh,
Oh, they getting out.
okay, yeah. So he was trying to he was trying to get y'all up off his back because he knew. So
Yeah,
yeah, okay. Now it kind of making sense, but he still crash out for that stupid shit though.
that shit was crazy.
Mhm.
Time to be alive.
But what
But
moving into like defining moments, you talked about like being the last one in your family. Like what have you learned? Obviously, I read that you lost your brother, both brothers. You lost your father. Um, what have you learned from those? And my condolences, by the way.
yeah,
Just being able to withstand that, to be able to continue to persevere, and want more for yourself because your last name means something that's real. So um, not everybody can mentally get through that, and I'm glad that you on the other side, that you're finding some place to continue to evolve and just want to help yourself, help people around you. So kudos to you for that, and thank you for continuing your fight and your journey for sure. Um, but what at this moment, like, have you learned from those situations?
Well, in those situations, it kind of put everything in frame for me. It's like whatever happens to you, you got one or two choices, right? You can either have PTSD from it, post traumatic stress, or you can have post traumatic growth, right? Like you can choose to be empowered by the situation. Because I lost my brothers early, because I lost my father early, like you said, my last name and carrying on a legacy for them meant something that I really want to take that burden on and make sure that I did it in a way that honors them. When you see everything I do from my nonprofit to my business, it's the door agency, right? It's putting that out there and making sure I reflect them in a way that they would have liked. Um, so I think that's pretty much it. Like really just making the conscious choice to be intentful for what you're doing and growing from experiences, not letting experience to stop
And what?
yeah, that's big.
Yeah, go ahead, see.
you.
No, you go ahead. I was just telling that's big.
Okay. Um, and how far? And I also read like you went to a Haitian Chamber of Commerce meeting that inspired you to become like a business owner. So like, how far are those gaps of like that situation of uh,
Mm.
passing into that meeting? Was it right next to each other? Was it years apart? Like
It
what
was,
presented that opportunity?
so my brother passed 2018. It actually kind of happened all around the same time. So after my older brother passed in 2018, that's when I was like, yeah, this law enforcement thing, I can't do this. That's when I was doing the armed security stuff. That. So in the interim, I was looking for other things to do. I ended up working for a company called QM3, and the president of the company was Haitian. Right. So mind you, I'm thinking all the success. There was like not a lot of successful Haitians in Atlanta. Like all of them I knew were back up in Boston. So he invites me. Oh, he was the president of the Georgia Haitian Chamber of Commerce, and he invites me to a meeting. I get there, and I'm like, yo, these are a room full of people that look like me, they talk like me, they like the same things that I like, and they're all Haitian and they're all successful. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I
Completely.
could own a business, I could do the same things. So it's just having that proximity to people that have the purpose and the mission that I wanted to have in life was a life changing experience for me. And then it was cool to be able to give back and help those same people, provide them with resources and things to help grow their business in our community.
That's huge. That's huge. Man, speaking of the Haitian community, man,
Mm.
I know the food is good, man. So we're gonna get into that a little bit later.
Mhm.
But the things that I've heard, man, about the Haitian community, man, the parents, man, they always so strict, man. How strict were your parents, man, growing up?
My parents was cool. No,
Oh, they was cool.
yeah, I mean, they strict into a certain point, right? Like, and it depends on who you are too. I mean, I've always been a very independent, self-starter type of person. You didn't really have to tell us to do too much. Like my brothers was all, we all did what we supposed to do. I think
Yeah.
like when you see your parents work hard and they're trying to provide a certain life for you, you kind of like, okay, it's my job to do this. So we never
Hmm.
really gave our parents too much stuff. I mean, yeah, I got uncles and stuff like that were kind of strict, but for the most part, it's cool.
Okay.
There are some
Okay,
strict
man.
Haitian parents out there though.
No, for sure, for sure. It's just that culture. So I mean, as far as owning your own business, man, how is that like, man? Like I don't know too much about that, man, because I tried it. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily tried it, but I'm saying I was in the stages of trying to do insurance myself, and I just
Mm,
couldn't pass the test. But the test
mm,
was a little bit crazier for me when I was living in North Carolina. But man, how is the insurance business going? Like you started with State Farm
mhm.
and things of that nature. Like what made you want to get to your own business?
Well, I mean, owning my own business from that first conversation I had with my mentor was always the end
Yeah.
goal, right? Like that
Okay.
was always it. Like I didn't necessarily knew if it was gonna be insurance. I didn't know if I was gonna go into real estate, mortgage lending, taxes, whatever. Even before then, I was trying to do my own security business, right? So it was
Mm.
always gonna be some sort of business. I just didn't know what I was gonna apply the business acumen to. And then getting in the room with the chamber and close to the other business members, I'm like, oh, okay, that just kind of jump started even more. Like, I just need to do
Hmm.
something. And then once I got into it, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I know I could sell. I know I can do X, Y, and Z. Like, let me take it to the next level, which would be owning the agency. What they don't tell you or prepare you for is that shift of knowing that you can do something very well, but running the business in that industry. Because you could be a
Hmm.
good insurance producer, but you might not be the best agency owner.
Yeah.
All right, so it was some ups and downs, especially in that first year. You know, as you have growing pains and you're training staff and you're dealing with other personalities while you're also still the main person doing the thing and paying overhead and salaries. It could be pretty tough, but I also think owning a business is like one of the most spiritual things that you can do because it teaches you to have faith and not knowing exactly what your paycheck is going to come tomorrow or if this marketing idea is going to work or if you're going to land that deal. So it's been good, man. I can't complain. I don't think I can go back and work a job.
Nah, I feel that. I feel that. No.
How
All
long you been?
right.
How long you been a business owner this far now?
4 years?
4 years.
Yeah.
What are the what are the top three key components you believe a owner must have instilled in him or her to be successful at this point? Like from the things you've learned thus far.
Well, I mean, the number one thing I think is going to be discipline. Right? Before I launched my agency, I was talking to a friend of mine who owns a restaurant, and he was like, the same amount of work that you were going to put in for somebody else, you got to do double that for yourself. Like, don't get lazy just because nobody's telling you that you have to be there at a certain time or you have to do that this way, right? Like, nah. If you were going to do that with somebody else telling you, tell yourself to do even more.
Hmm.
Um, the next thing I'll say, you got to be authentic. Like people can resonate, they can feel the authenticity. You know, English ain't my first language. But, you know, they can feel the authenticity when you're dealing with them, right? Like, and it should stem from every practice that you got going on, either whether it's something from sales to customer service to marketing. Like, if it's you, people gonna like it, or they're not gonna like it, and you're gonna get the clients you want just being yourself.
Yeah.
The third thing I would say is learn to delegate and hire for what you're not good at.
Mm.
Yeah, that delegation
Yep.
piece is
Real,
Yeah,
yeah,
real.
that's a big one. That
mm,
is a big one.
yeah, because you're not gonna be good at it. There's certain things in my business that I really just don't like to do. Like I can do it very well, sure, but I really no. I'd rather hire somebody to do it. I like to do the things that I like to do. Yeah.
Okay, I mean that makes perfect sense, especially for a business owner, man. You want to make sure that you are conquering the things that you know you can conquer, and then
Mm.
you delegate your business, or you put somebody else in the forefront of something that you feel like you'll be lacking at. So that way, it doesn't. There is no fall off. If they're good at that certain thing, and you know you're good at your certain thing, y'all should be able to meet heads on at the top, being able to keep that train moving. So that's definitely big, though, for sure, for sure.
Yeah, facts.
What have you learned about yourself thus far? Like now being in business and running a team and stuff like that. Like self reflection. I'm sure every night you like, man, I could do this better. Why can't I get through this person today? Or why this problem ain't fixed out? Like, so what have you been learning about yourself through this journey, opposed to like coming up as a kid?
Mm, what have I learned? I mean, this whole experience has really been a learning opportunity. Um, hmm, that's a great question. I've learned that um, when it comes to working with people, it takes a lot of patience, especially when you're hiring somebody. But at the same time, you have to be decisive, right? One of the things that I pride myself on is that I am pretty decisive. Like if something's not working, it's just not working. Or if it is working, I try to just do it quickly. I don't like to think too hard about certain things. You know, the ability to fail fast, I think, is pretty good. Like, hey, if it don't work, all right, let's pivot. Let's do this. Oh, that don't work. All right, let's do that. But I don't like to harbor on stuff too much. But that's the biggest thing. Like with me, it's knowing that I have to work on my patience for certain things to work at times, but also being decisive to make sure things are getting done quick.
I think everybody go through that. If you, I'm not gonna say, well, no, I think everybody do go through that. If you're doing business, in general, well, you say no matter what field you is or are in, if you're wanting to do something big or just wanting to just do something that services you and serves other people, you want to go through those self reflection times. It might be some growth pains, but they're all nuances that propel you to be better. Hopefully, right? If you take those initially and you internalize those things to make sure you're prosperous, but uh, I mean, it's different. I think for myself, like we've been doing this for about a year now. It's obviously our business. It's very different from running a one person business and then growing, being the head of your business and then growing it out versus having four headed monster and then growing our business out, which we are doing. I think it helps us. We go through those little moments too, but I think it helps us that we've had like a long term high school friendship throughout these years before we went to business. So if there's any disputes or anything like that, we have to go through like we already know it's coming from a good place without having to step on each other's toes or anything like that. So I think that works in our benefit, but also just learning about, like you said, nuances, the people we meet in, um, making sure that we represent ourselves the way we want to be represented, make sure that we walk into these rooms as ourselves. Siege harps on that always. Like, yeah, we can be as big as as the person on the moon, but if we got to change who we are as our character, like I'm not signing up for it, and that's real too. Like, they can throw the bag, the little silver gold bag in your lap, but if I got to change my characteristics just to be able to give the same values, like what's the point in doing that? So we go through those phases, and now we're at a point where okay, we're doing things our way, and we're starting to see that people are attracted to that, and we just are trying our best, or we're doing our best to service people as well. Have the opportunity like yourself, come on, share your story, think about things you want to go through or you went through, and things you want to go to next level. So I think it makes sense for you to feel that way. We feel the same way too. So I think any business owner that hasn't even thought of the idea of becoming a business owner, or now this is your time, you're thinking to be a business owner, like is it like you said, you got to walk by faith, not by sight in the business, right? You just got to cross your T's, dot your I's, obviously be studious, want everything you want, but it's a faith journey, and you get to learn a lot by yourself, which I appreciate that you don't learn on the job. Sometimes
Mhm.
they're paying you not to think on a job, so you kind of just stuck in those positions, and 10 years go by, and you're like, dang, life just kind of blew, but and nothing is like guaranteed in business. So every day, every week, something's changing. So you just got to continue to adapt. And I think
Sure.
it don't matter what business field you're in. So I mean, salute to you. Just continue wanting to do that. And I think it's the same for across the board. Um, but going into that, I read somewhere like you got inspired by Trayvon Martin's situation when he was going through that. Like, talk about what that meant to you when you watching all that stuff and things going on. Like, it's first of all, our world is upside down sometimes, and obviously our country is different.
Mhm.
And then obviously you go through situations like heartbreaking. It's like what do we do as people? What can we do when we ain't really dictators in our own right? But it's like something's got to be done about situations like this. And when we look at it stepping back, like how do you feel, or what did you feel in those moments to like propel you to where you are now?
I mean, at the moment, I just felt a real deep sense of injustice, right? Like I really felt truly to my heart, like, yo, this is wrong. Like this is dead wrong.
Yeah,
And with me knowing that, I've always been like a problem solver type of person, right? I don't like to feel a type of way or do something and not try to be a part of the solution. So me wanting to go into law enforcement was me seeing, okay, the only way I can be a part of that solution is by
going in.
being this, like, going into law enforcement, being the change that I want to see in society. Through trial and error, I learned that, you can do that in different ways. But that's kind of always been the root of the paths that I taken was, okay, well, how can I be a positive impact or the change that I want to see
Yeah,
in the society or the community that I serve? With the passings of my brother, I learned more about life insurance, and I realized that a lot of people don't have life insurance.
yeah,
All right, so how can I help change that so that way I don't see GoFundMe's or people begging for money on social media in order to take care of their affairs? And then even beyond that, a lot of times people are underinsured. Like you see what happened in California, those LA fires.
don't even have
Like to
fire.
me, these
Yeah, that
people.
was crazy. That was crazy.
And we think about it, you work your whole life to get a home. Your home is typically your biggest asset. If something happens to it, you know, what happens to your family? What happens to the legacy that you built, right? So for me, it's making sure that people's houses are protected. Their businesses are protected. Their lives are protected. So that way, the community and the family that doesn't take a negative impact. If anything, it's able to continue even further and continue to grow and prosper. So yeah, man, it's just that when I see an injustice like that or a real problem for me, I try to find my way to help fix it. And to me, right now, that's insurance.
Yeah, man. I mean, shoot, take it back to then, man. I was a little bit younger then, and I was just like thinking, like, dang, man, all a black dude got to do is just be walking with his hoodie on, and now he a threat to you just because he ain't talking, like literally not talking back to you, not saying nothing to you, literally just walking away, and he a threat to you. Like, how does that even work nowadays? Like, and then you get to go in to see the George Floyd thing, and then
Mhm.
you see I didn't want to forget her name, but it was another young lady.
Brianna,
Brian
Brianna
Taylor.
Yeah,
Taylor.
Breonna Taylor. Yeah,
Yeah.
Breonna Taylor, and all of that. And I be seeing so many other videos. Like whenever I see these videos of these police officers getting out of character or abusing their power, I be like, man, who's there to help like with that change? Like obviously they show like when they show those videos, they show in the long run that the officer either got reprimanded or whatever the case may be, got sent down or whatever the case may be. But like those not really that's not really enough to be honest. Because it's like, man, why is he still having a job or being able to still do police work in some type of capacity, even sometimes even as a security guard at a mall? Like you still giving them some type of capacity to be able to quote unquote be in charge or something. So it's like, man, y'all not even reprimanding these guys or
Mhm.
really sitting them down and showing them like what's going on.
Yeah, man. And just being in that field, there's a real group think that when you become a police officer or you work in law enforcement that kind of takes place that they think certain things is okay. And
Yeah,
luckily, when I was going through it, I always had close friends and people that kept me grounded into, the reality of situations. And I was able to see and think for myself. But, in hindsight, looking back at it, I would have been a good police officer, bro. I would have quit like a year or two in. Would not have. I mean, just given the situation, like I was in a situation where a friend of mine I went to high school with, was doing, I was doing armed security. I think at the mall at the time. We got a call for him, right? I'm the first person there. He was telling me the situation. I'm like, oh, it's actually the store owner that was wrong in this scenario, right? The police officer comes, he's huffing and puffing, just re-escalated the situation when it was at a 5. He brought it to a 50, right? And mind you, it's the type of dude that, is like, he's not wrong for feeling the way he's. I think the store owner tried to steal his chain or something like that, something crazy. Yeah. Dude comes in, the police officer comes in, just brings it on 50. He's like, bro, this dude's stealing my chain. You over here trying to do all this to me. Then it gets to 100. He ends up going to jail. It's a bad situation. Bad. And I'm like,
yeah.
yeah.
Sometimes, hey, sometimes, man, with these police officers, man, it's got to be a temperament training, man. Like something
Mm,
for them to be able to control their temper in some of these situations to where like the situation could be so calm. So I mean, obviously, now I'm not taking up for anybody that talks a little bit crazy back to them or whatever the case may be. Obviously, people had a right to their own words, but at the same time, man, they got to be the higher person of the situation to where they be like, all right, I understand you upset, but if you keep saying these things, I'm gonna have to reprimand you instead of saying, you want to keep talking? How about you shut the and all this other stuff? Like they be, you know what I'm saying? Like the videos I be seeing, bro, I be like, bro, why is the police
no,
talking like this, bro?
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Like,
you get somebody who's already upset. You come in talking crazy.
come
It
on
just
now,
makes the situation worse, especially when,
way worse.
the whole police officer thing is one thing, but when it's two men in a situation, you're not finna talk to somebody like a.
Come on now, you're not finna belittle no man into nothing. It don't matter if you got a badge or anything. Like, it don't matter if you 6 feet, 7 feet tall. Like, you never gonna belittle another man in front of anybody, or even for that if that man got some type of pride or some type of like heart about themselves. Like, you're not gonna break that man down. Like that's one thing about it, man. But at the same time, like both of them gotta have that even ground to where they like, man, all right, I ain't gonna let this man get me out of my character. And obviously for the police officer, he need to have like 3, 4 levels before he even get out of character to
Mm,
be able to, instead of just going straight down to that first level with bro, to be able to clash like that. So like sometimes it's a give and take from each side, to be honest. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like the police officers should have that more, that heavier, that leveler head, because they got the shit that can really, you know what I'm saying, change a motherfucker life like right then and there. Like they got the ability to change somebody's life right then and there. Like so, it's crazy though.
That's
yeah.
real. But to pivot more into the life insurance,
Mm.
you got the business with American Life, right? So how did that come about? Like you decided to go into business with that insurance company instead of like other ones.
Yeah, so it was with American Family. So funny enough, it was the agent who I worked for at first was State Farm. His wife was a American Family Insurance agent. So that was the first time
Mm.
I heard about American Family because they're still newer in Georgia and everything. And it came to the point that I had to. I kind of outgrew the position I was at with State Farm or with his agency. Like I said, great person, great mentor, great business person, entrepreneur. But I wasn't learning what I needed to learn to grow my own agency. Because he was such a serial entrepreneur. He had other things going on. He was on Amazon, truck delivery. Like I said, boy, he was a hustler, man. He just getting to the bag, bro.
Dang.
He wasn't tripping about it. He already grew his book of business. He wasn't really in the office all day trying to train or teach you how to.
Oh, okay,
You know
okay.
what I mean? So I was like, okay, well, I gotta keep on growing. I gotta get to it. And actually, a recruiter reached out to me on LinkedIn, like, hey, we got this new opportunity. It was a 12-month program with American Families Corporate where they teach you how to become an agent, and then you go out agency, right? And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is exactly what I want to do. Interviewed with them. Met my second mentor in insurance, which is an agent that was actually in Marietta Square, where my office is located now. He came, he took me underneath his wing, showed me the ropes, and that's when I actually really learned the business side of owning an agency, of dealing with different agents, of knowing your marketing spend, knowing your ROI on different things. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So that's how that situation came about. And then when I looked at just the leadership with American Family in Georgia, like super supportive till the day, like she can call me right now. Right, my sales is leaving can call me right now and say, "Hey, I need you to do X, Y, and Z," and I'll do it for. Like she's just that person. Um, State leadership to the highest level. Like I ran into our Eastern VP one day just outside. Just I think we was at a bar. And
Wow.
me and the person I was with some drinks. I was like, "That's a real dude."
Hey man, some of these people that be higher ups, man, they really be just chill people, man. Like,
Yeah,
like
just
sometimes the title, they don't let the title get to their head, man. They'll really be still out there with the people, man.
exactly. And and we really, it's gonna sound kind of corny, but we're really like a family. At American Family. So
Mm.
it's been cool. And one of the bits of advice I learned from the agent I worked at State Farm was that although it was a really great opportunity, he didn't know if he had to do it again if he would have worked at State Farm. And I kind of seen
Mm.
some of the bureaucracy with owning a State Farm agency, which it's a very lucrative opportunity. If you can get a State Farm
Yeah.
agency, I've heard people their first check at State Farm as an agent was 40,000. So it's lit, but it's
Golly.
a lot that go into it.
I was
It's,
about to say, man, because I was going to ask, man, you ain't want to get one of them commercials, man. Be the next Jake from State Farm or Hervé from State Farm.
They spent
Hervé from
a lot
FM.
on them.
Ah, man, I ain't fan all that, man.
You know what I'm saying? See my man Hervé on the commercial talking about some like a good name.
That's crazy.
No, man, I ain't want for all that, man.
So
I just want to know how they pick them, man. Did they ever tell y'all how they pick the people like for the commercial, or that's somebody outside of State Farm? I heard the last person that did Jake from State Farm was actually an agent, but I don't know about the
Yeah.
dude that's the black dude that's doing it now. I
Mm.
don't know if he was really an agent or not, but I know they said the first dude that did it, he was an agent.
I don't know about all that. I thought it was like a marketing firm or something that they hired to do all that, but
Mm-mm.
I don't
See, I
know.
ain't I ain't think about that part.
they spent a lot of bread on that.
No,
Nah,
fact.
facts. For fact.
What is so like? What is y'all target market? Like, I mean, I'm sure it's different for every individual, uh,
Mm.
but and obviously, I'm sure you tapping into the community. But like, what does it look like on day to day? Is it, y'all doing like a lot of cold calls? Is it y'all warm market? Is it y'all
Oh
hot
no.
market? What is
Yeah.
this?
I,
Look
I
like?
mean, when you get into insurance, when you start out, you're gonna do a lot of cold calling, right? And people don't really
Mm-hmm.
know what you do. I like to do a lot of referral marketing. Like I build relationships with different referral partners, whether they be realtors, um, mortgage lenders, tax preparers. community leaders from different organizations, um, to really get my name out there like that. To me, that's a little bit more meaningful, right? Because then it's
Hmm.
reciprocal. If you're a realtor that I work with, then I might sponsor some of your events, or I'm helping you push out your marketing material too. We're collabing on different things,
Yeah.
doing home buying seminars, stuff like
Yeah, that's
that.
building. That's building relationships. That's what's up.
You feel me? Because a lot of the people that send me business or I help them with their business, we actually rock with each other. Like,
Hmm.
my tax preparer, he does my accounting for my business, but he's also one of my clients, and that's like my dog. Like, we was at the Jeezy in the orchestra not too long ago. You feel like
Oh, that's hard. That's hard.
like my estate planner, she did my personal will and trust. You feel me? And it's to me, it's like that. Like, I'd rather just build relationships and we keep it all in the community.
Yeah, keep it all in house. I feel that. Well, not in house, but what I'm saying, keep it in community, like you said. But
Okay.
I want to ask this, man. Man, I just had it at the top of my head. Uh, what are like so? As far as in the things what you do in insurance, like what are your most best selling products that y'all do, man? Like what's something that you say is y'all big in right now?
Yeah, we big in the homeowners insurance. That's kind of been like our number one.
Okay.
Like I said,
Has that happened since the fire? Has that been like been going up since that California fire or the
I,
hurricanes from last year? Some of that nature.
well, all that has kind of helped people to be a little bit more picky with the insurance companies that they choose, right?
Hmm.
Because I mean, if you got a company that has a reputation for not paying claims or being there when you need them,
Canceling
or
claims and stuff like that. Yeah.
canceling claims or denying claims because of certain coverage, like little or sweat the little stuff, people I would hope wouldn't want to be with that company, even though sometimes they might have a better price, but it's one of those you pay for what you get type of
You pay for
situation.
what you. Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah, because that's the
That's
thing
a
with
fact.
insurance. Like, if everyone else is right, kind of by each other with the premium, and somebody else is $1,000 cheaper, there's a high chance that if you have a claim, they're not gonna pay it,
Yeah. If
or they're
they
gonna pay.
cheaper,
Go
they
ahead, they
definitely
cheap.
gonna skimp you. Yeah.
Facts, and I mean, a lot of companies too, like their agents, they probably don't know their agent, right? Or they agent doesn't have a reputation or ability to advocate on their behalf if they have a claim.
Mm.
Right. A lot of my clients,
Speak.
they're gonna see me, at
Yeah.
a
Speak on
restaurant,
that.
what I'm saying, chilling, vibing, or at some sort of community event, or they got my number on speaker. I think that's to me one of the most meaningful things. Like,
Yeah, they
being,
can just come up and touch you and talk to you. Be like, "Hey, man, Ray, how's it going, man? Francois, well, I mean, we're gonna get to the French. We're gonna get to the French a little later, man. I just tried it. I tried it a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna try it a little bit, man. But we're gonna get to the French later. But I'm saying they get to touch you and speak to you and stuff like that. So like, man, that's pretty cool, man. Especially being able to, like you said, be a part of the community, man. Being able to talk, touch, and what I'm saying, just be able to let people know, like, hey, I'm a real person. I ain't gonna be just behind the phone telling you get this, that, and the third, man. I can show you right here. I can show you somebody else. Hey, look, we can go over here and talk to this restaurant owner that we in the restaurant with right now. He could tell you how good my service been to him. Yada yada yada. So like, man, you getting the authentic, like you said, the authentic and the real, right? And that's something big for a fact. That's big.
right, yeah. To me, that's the most important part. It's just like I said, if they need something, they know they can call me personally, and if something happens to them, even if they weren't my client, I'ma still feel personally affected, right? Like, if I see you every
Yeah.
day, I'm in front of your face every day, and your house burns down, and now you can't rebuild it, like, that affects me. So I would rather
Hmm.
us have the type of relationship to where I know, hey, your stuff is protected. Even if your policy is not with me, I'll look at people's policy and say, yo, sometimes you just get a better deal. Like, hey, this is all right. You might want to stay here, but at least
Yeah.
I know, okay, they're getting protected, so we don't have to worry.
Okay. Okay.
Talk
That's pretty
about that
cool.
that home owners insurance, right? Like because you see all these fires, I'm like, yo, everybody, these are $1 million homes. This ain't like no, you know what I'm saying? This ain't no
Yeah.
poverty home. This like these guys and girls got wealth. Like
I'm
And I'm
talking about they
Right.
going back to back.
and they talking about they ain't got no fire insurance. In the state of California, when you know fires is coming around, maybe not all the time, but like it's a history of these fires. So like, are these
Yeah.
if I'm you, right? Like, are y'all agents sitting down with your clients like, yo, you probably should get fire insurance as well, or is that a different department, or is that like, is that even brought up in the contract? Is that in the fine print? Like, what? I'm appalled to like why nobody.
Uh,
I mean, a lot of people probably do have fire insurance in that
But I
specific area,
mean,
but a lot of people don't.
but
I'm like, what's
mm,
the disconnect?
yeah, I mean, but like Hervé said though, like some of these companies they was pulling out the contracts last minute,
That's true too.
like
That
right.
couple months in advance before they even knew the fire
yeah.
was going, or probably
Mm,
they knew. Hey, we don't know. I don't know anything. I'm just saying,
right.
but
And I mean,
probably no.
you can kind of look at it like this too, right? So it's like the riskier something is to happen, the more the insurance is gonna cost, right?
Mm,
So, and I don't write insurance in California, for many reasons. One, the market is just terrible out there,
Yeah,
but
it's different.
up and
on
down.
yeah, it's up and down. But from what I understand, that fire is an exclusion on their average homeowners policy, right? So you got to get a standalone policy just for that, and that standalone policy for a lot of people is dumb expensive, right? So,
Mm,
and, some of it is just the fact that they just couldn't afford it. That's is what it is. It's kind of like in Florida, like the wind and hail coverage in Florida is super expensive. You
yeah,
know that certain coverages, especially for hurricanes,
that
policies are
flooding.
they're excluding it. Right, you got to get a separate flood insurance. Earthquake insurance is something that's separate. So these are things that there's a high probability that it would happen in a certain area. So they put it on a standalone policy. But if you can't afford it, it is what it is.
So
Dang.
if I'm in Georgia and I'm a first time home buyer, I'm getting something that's anywhere from 350 to 850. What do I need to look for as far as like insurance? Like what needs to be if I come to you like I need a homeowner insurance? Like what should
Mm.
things to my checklist that you will say, yo, you need these.
Okay, one, you want to make sure that the replacement cost is accurate to the actual home. When you're getting it, most agents will let you look at their cost estimator to see how they actually came up with that dollar amount that they're covering your home for, right?
Mm,
And also knowing that that dollar amount might not actually be what the market value is for your home, because the market value and the replacement cost are two separate things. So that's one of the biggest things. The other thing I would say is, okay, how are they covering your other belongings? Like, for example, your personal property. Are they covering it at actual cash value, or are they covering it at replacement cost value? So what that actual cash value is replacement cost minus depreciation. So it's the difference between you buying your stuff new all over again and you buying your stuff used all over again. You see what I'm saying?
mm,
You feel me? Which it's a cost difference. So if somebody was penny pinching on a homeowner's insurance policy, they might say, "Hey, we're going to write you an actual cash value policy as opposed to a replacement cost value policy." So that's a big.
mm.
Some other things is like the endorsements that aren't typically on your average homeowner's policy that you would want to make sure that's on there, especially like service line coverage. That's the thing that a lot of, especially like older homes in Georgia, if it's built in the early 2000s, 1990s, they all got some sort of service line issue or will probably have one somewhere down the line, especially when it gets cold like this. Like my own
Yeah,
personal service line busted like mid December. And if you don't have that endorsement, that's not covered. Your sewer and septic line coverage, that's another big one you want to have. You want to make sure your deductibles are in line with what you can afford. A lot of times, since they know that you might not look at the deductible or even like know what that is, they'll throw a super high deductible for you, like 10,000. And when you go to file a claim, they say, "Oh, well, the claim doesn't. You don't have any coverage for it because your deductible is so high." And not a lot of people have $10,000 to come up with out of pocket in an
yeah.
instant for a claim. Like I know that's a lot of money. Um,
That's fair.
Another thing I would look out for if I was a new home buyer. And like I said, the reputation of the company paying claims, that's a big thing. Um, Making sure that the agent didn't put any, false information on the application to try to get you a better rate. Because what happens is, when you go to file a claim, insurance company say, well, hey, you're not actually 56, you're 25. Oh, no, this is a misrepresentation. We're going to cancel the whole policy. Here's your premium back for the
Oh
year.
man,
You good. See what I'm saying? Like, stuff like that. Probably the biggest thing. But
dang, they doing that? They doing that just for the lower rates?
yeah. People, they're going to try to finesse to get you a little rate.
Insurance is like that for sure. And there's so many different
Just
insurances. That's just you got health insurance. That's another one. You got life. That's another one. You got and he doing home. And he the thing, what I think y'all do a multitude of different insurances, but just having the I think home is probably y'all prized possession at the moment. But I mean, there's a lot of loopholes in that stuff when you're in, especially underwriting. Like there's a lot of stuff
yeah,
on that you know what I'm saying you don't see between them lines, and as a
Yeah.
client you like okay, well I'm good, and then you know 2 years go by, you like hold on, why ain't 3 years go by, you like huh, and
Mm.
it's a tricky thing. I mean I've never touched it at home, so I can only learn from the outside looking in at the moment, but uh, it's definitely interesting. I've heard some wild stories.
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, man, it's just, you got to cross your T's and dot your I's and all that, man. Like, a lot of agents, and I'll say this for anybody that has a commission only job, if that person is struggling or they don't have low ethics, right, and they need that policy to eat, they're gonna throw whatever on there to try to make it. I mean, realtors do the same thing. A realtor, if they haven't sold a house in 6 months, they're gonna say the most terrible house. A mortgage lender,
Mm-hmm.
if they don't care about if you're able to afford the house, they're just gonna say whatever it is. Whatever professional that you're dealing with, make sure that they're vetted, that they have ethics, that they have morals, and that
Yes,
they have your best interest in heart.
yes, yes. That's a fact. That goes for all businesses that got something to do with sales. So if you're out there, man, if you're a listener, you're a viewer, make sure you are taking these people through the ringer, man. You got people like Hervé here, man, that want to see you win. They don't just want to see themselves win. So at the same time, man, it's both of y'all getting up there. It ain't just one person. So as
Mm.
long as you got people like Hervé, man, people like us, man, that want to see people win, man, and we ain't looking the other way. Like, dang, man, I hope he don't make that shot, man. I hope he don't do that. Like, nah, man, that ain't the type of people we are, man. Like, we want to see folks win, man. That's why we asking Hervé these questions too, as well, to be able to let him share his insight on his business and see how he get down, man. So the people out there know. Like this somebody that you really need to be tapping in with for your insurance, whatever insurance it is, man. If you need to protect your family, your home, your dog, your cat, man, anything, man. Hervé, he could do it, man. I'm telling you, he told me himself. He told me himself.
Anything but health insurance. I don't do health insurance. That's a whole nother
Okay,
ball
Health
game in
insurance.
itself.
okay,
But
okay.
If
yeah,
so,
like it's deep.
if I like if I'm a first time home insurance person that client that wants to get insured, like, and
Mm.
I call you, or like, what's these conversations like? Let's say I have no idea about home insurance at all, and I'm just green to everything. Are you sitting on the phone with me? Are you coming? Are we meeting up? Are you walking through the procedures of what should be happening before you get into a policy, or are we just having a couple conversations? Meet here and then let's meet again tomorrow. Like, what are the procedures that you follow for yourself outside like other people in different areas of the business that you say, no, I'm gonna make sure this person I'm going extra mile for this person, whether I get to sell or not. I just want them to be informed and educated first so they can make the proper decision on betting on me moving forward.
Yeah, so I mean, if it's somebody brand new, somebody who I haven't met before, the first things first, we got to build rapport, right? We got to
Yeah.
see, what's going on. Oh, you're buying a new home in a certain area. I might tell them certain things about that area that I know. Like, I got a client who's moving close to the Marietta Square, close by me. I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, there's a new Italian restaurant up the street. You might want to check that out. Now we're just getting a feel for each other. The next thing is we're going into the actual property itself, right? I mean, insurance 9 times out of 10 right now is done over the phone. So it's me getting to Okay, well, let me see the appraisal. Let me see the home inspection so I can get a sense of what this property actually looks like. Because if I don't know what it looks like, what's the features of the home, then I can't insure it properly. So
Hmm.
it's that. And from there, it's breaking down the coverages and going line by line. Well, based on the features of the home, this is what we have. This is what's going to protect you for X, Y, and Z. It's understanding this person's lifestyle, right? Like, for example, if I know you're a watch collector and you about to have $50,000 worth of watches in your house, I'm about to offer you protection for those watches because that's not something that would come standard on that homeowner's insurance policy. Or if you golf, golf clubs are expensive. Yeah,
Yeah.
that ain't cheap. Or if you
No
have
facts.
painting, you feel me? Or if you have a pet, or if you have kids, these are all good things to do or have, but are also risks. If you have kids, if you have a kid and let's say they break somebody's arm playing a sport or something like that, you could be held liable.
Yeah.
You might need a umbrella policy. You feel me? So that's the first thing. Understanding about the people, the insurance is going to be easy. Once I know about you, your lifestyles, the stuff you have, and I know about the property and all that, the insurance is just filling in the blank. You feel me? You got a pet?
Okay.
Okay, cool. Let's get some pet insurance. It's really not that hard to reverse insurance.
Shit smooth, man. That shit is smooth. All right, man. To the nitty gritty, man. The Haitian food, man. Look, don't correct me if I'm wrong, man. Is spaghetti one of y'all top things that y'all like to eat?
Yeah. Haitian spaghetti is pretty. That's pretty.
Spaghetti with the egg in it.
Yeah, the egg. You gotta put a little
What?
bit of island salt, which is like salted fish, some sausage or hot dog, depending on who makes it.
Yeah, I've seen hot dog in it too. That was gonna be my next thing. What? I mean, I don't gotta ask why. What it looks straight, but I don't know about the hot dog part. Maybe the sausage I can go for. I don't know about the hot dog, but I just never pictured a hot dog and spaghetti before ever.
Yeah, y'all eat hot dog with spaghetti?
I ain't never had that thing.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we talking white? Are we talking scrambled? Like what was it? I gotta do my own research at this point. Hold on.
No, no, the egg is whole. The
Oh,
egg is a boiled egg.
okay, board.
Yeah,
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, that makes
yeah, it was.
Boiled egg. They cut it in half. I seen that before. Um, what's another one? What
I
what
mean,
kind of what?
we about to say griot.
nah.
I think that's what it's called. I think that's what it's called. Is that the chicken?
Nah, that's the pork. That's the pork.
That's the pork. So what's that fish? What's the fish one called? It still got the eyes in it.
The fish, the
Have I
eyes.
seen that?
The eyes in
What
there.
is it, red snapper?
Maybe red snapper. I
I
don't
mean, it's
know. I
like
had
the
a
most popular. Fish would be in. I mean, but Haitian food is the best food in the Caribbean. If y'all haven't tried it, you should definitely.
I was gonna say, man, put us on. Put it. So you was out here in Orlando. Did you have a? Did you go to a Haitian spot out here to eat?
I did go to a Haitian spot out there, bro. I can't. What that shit called? Oh no, there's a y'all got the food truck thing, right? It's like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
yeah,
Food
yeah,
truck.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Oh, matter of fact, that shit was fire. I can't hold. I can't. Hey, that was one of the best Haitian food I had in a little minute. Hey, yeah, no, and the owner's name was Hervé too. His name, we had the same name.
That was very tough.
Word.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's some good food, bro. Get
Some
the fried goat. You get it, man.
fried goat.
Fried goat.
Fried goat with the black rice. Oh, fire.
Oh yeah, the black rice. That shit looks straight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I try that. I fuck with rice. So black
Yeah,
rice. That shit looked good though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
that's just good. It's mushroom. If you're allergic to mushroom, you can't eat it. But
Nah, I
that's
eat mushroom. I eat mushroom. We good.
yeah, that's
Uh,
top. But yeah,
fried goat. Oh yeah, I
mm.
gotta try that. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah. There was another spot too. I forgot what it was called. It was in the hood. Mm. But anyway, it was pretty straight as well.
Hey, he said, you see how he lit up? He was like,
Hold on.
man, it ain't, he said, it ain't no spot out here. Oh, hold up. I got this spot,
Real
a
tough.
food truck junk.
Bro, I
Hey.
went on a tour, bro. I can't hold it. I went to a couple of spots that I was like, it was smooth. Yeah.
Nah, fried goat. What's another Haitian cuisine that we should try, man? We definitely want to try those, man.
If you haven't had Asian food, you gotta try legume. Legume is good. That's like a stewed vegetables with meat. You get that with some white rice and some sauce pois, which is like the bean sauce.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fire. Let's
Okay.
see. Man, but all Haitian food is good, bro. You just gotta like just go to the store,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and just ball out. But really, the first thing you want to try is you want to try the griot. That's like your introduction to Haitian food.
Okay.
You got with some black rice, some bun peze, which is like the plantains, and some pickles. You gotta be easy on the pickles because the pickles is hot. But no, man, that's good eating.
You ever met
Okay.
you ever met somebody that may have looked Haitian, but they didn't even know they live in America so long, like they don't know nothing about their ancestry, and you're like, yo, maybe you look that up, and they came back to you like, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I looked it up. I'm this percentage. I'm this percentage. You ever had that experience before? Or?
Yeah, man. So there's certain key giveaways, right? Like either someone in your family was Haitian at some point in time.
Yeah.
If their last name is Pierre, Claude, let me see what else. Jean, somebody was Haitian. Either a grandfather, someone down the line. Yeah,
That's,
it's like
Dang, man.
that's funny. Nah,
So now,
go ahead.
well, for all Haitians speak French too, or is that just?
nah. To be honest, I took French in high school. That's how I learned French. I took French in high school and college.
I need. I feel.
Because I'm hearing Pierre and Claude. I'm like, hold up, bro. I mean, That's some French last names, ain't it? Pierre, at least Pierre. I know Pierre. They saying that.
Nah, facts. That's what I'm saying. If you see a person of color and they got like a really strong French last name, it's either they Haitian or they're from some sort of French speaking country like the Congo or
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
that. But yeah,
Okay.
90%, if they're in Florida, they probably Haitian. 90% of the time.
Haitian, straight up Haitian, straight
Yeah,
Haitian.
yeah.
Nothing else.
Mm.
Man, I got another question for you, Hervé, man. This is a big one, man. So I always ask this question to the guests, man. What is a like skill or talent that you feel like you have? If there was a competition for it, you would win 100%.
Good talent, man. Honestly, I feel like one of my best talents is my gift giving, man. Yeah.
Mm,
Gift giving is my love language, to be honest with you. And I feel like I've given some extremely excellent gifts in my lifetime. Not to say that they were the most expensive gifts, but
yeah,
I
yeah,
think,
yeah.
yeah, I put in a high level of consideration when I give gifts.
Okay. Gift giving. See, I can't say I'm the best gift giver, man. I just, hey, whatever you tell me that you want, if you better stick to it. I don't want you to be like, well, maybe you should have got the one in purple because you know that's my. You told me this black one, you liked it. I didn't
Mm,
know you was gonna want the purple one because I thought you wanted this black one to match what you had going on, and then you know what I'm saying, all this type of stuff. But okay, gift giving, you know what I'm saying? I can see that. I can see that, man, for sure, for sure. That's pretty cool. Well, I mean, since you're Haitian, I got
mm.
another question for you, but I don't know how I should word this because
Hey,
you
man.
you more you more of like you like your food more home cooked and things of that nature. Do you eat fast food?
I mean, I eat out a lot. I don't eat fast. What you mean fast food?
Like you know what I'm saying, like the McDonald's and the Wendy's and things of that nature.
I go like a wing spot, but I ain't going to McDonald's.
Yeah,
Okay, we
he's sitting down in the restaurant, man. You know what I'm saying? He got,
okay.
you know, how to go, man. He insuring them
My fault. My fault. The insurance popping, man. I forgot, man. Hey, ain't nothing but Papa those and you know what I'm talking about five dining. Okay, hey,
Nah, it ain't
hey,
even
my
that,
fault.
man.
That's what.
Man, my fault, man.
Yeah,
So I'm saying I'm a wing guy myself. So drums or flats, then I'm gonna ask you.
flats for sure, all day long. We'll
That's
blue
a good
cheese.
man.
Like, you know,
Hey,
this is
that's a
a
good
man.
man.
We're the capital of the wing spots, man. You gotta get it.
Nah, facts, facts. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm an American Deli guy myself, man. You know, so I'm from Alabama originally, so
Mm,
American Deli has always been that spot for me, man,
yeah.
to go to, man. That was just a go to
Mm.
every time. I mean, y'all got like JJ's and all that other stuff out there, man. I
Yeah,
ain't never really tried all those yet.
They got
But American Deli
going on.
been
A lot
been
to
the
you.
one.
yeah,
Like the
American Deli.
bando and all the new stuff y'all got out there, man. What's a
I ain't
wing
been there
spot
yet.
you recommend? You ain't been to the bando?
I ain't been to the band though yet, man. That's on my list. I need to go eat the. I've been to Magic City. I haven't ate the wings from Magic City yet.
City.
Have you been to that city? Did you, you ate the wings though?
I
what,
ain't.
what
I
you was
was too
what you
busy.
was doing there? What you was doing there then? Nah, just was.
Lost in the sauce. I was like,
They go there to do business in Man City because the wings be so good. I be seeing people like closing deals right next to me.
yeah, when people be
Hey,
going to boot
nah,
flame on the day shift,
I'm
you
like,
know.
bro.
it's different.
Yeah.
It's different online. But
Okay.
that's funny. But what like okay, so overall though, obviously you're doing a lot of good work and you continue to doing this business and you want to continue to grow it. So like what legacy do you want to leave like for your community? Like when it's all said and done as you continue to grow and challenge yourself to do new things.
Well, the legacy I want to leave for my community is it being intact and whole in a way that it can be further along for future generations, right? I want to leave impact of financial literacy for my community. Not only being able to take risks and do different things from owning businesses to buying homes to having the car that you want, but also safeguarding those risks so that way they can mitigate any potential losses. Yeah, that's what I want.
That's real though. No thing. I mean, just having that principle.
Short and simple.
Yeah, but I said that just having that principle is unique in itself to want that. Most people don't want that, and it's having that mindset of this is what I'm going to do. I'm gonna make sure I'm setting this up for myself first, and then making sure that it's replicated to everybody else that I'm getting it to encounter. Is what I'm saying it's impeccable for ourselves. That's all we can do is one person at a time, every day that we get the opportunity to do so. And hopefully, that if we ourselves don't change the world, that person will get an impact. Hopefully, that person becomes somebody that gets to change the world. So,
No, facts.
that's fire. At least you even thinking of that. So, we again, all right, we appreciate you for taking time and saying that. We want to segue into the last portion of the show where we talk about the word of the week, which is composure. So what does composure mean to you? Obviously, in your life, and how has composure got you where you are today?
Man, I think composure is so important, man. It's to me the ability to weather the storm, the ability to be still when everything seems chaotic,
Mm,
still so that you can see ahead of you and figure out what your next step is. If you can't compose yourself and you're just being thrown with the wind, then you're not gonna be able to really guide yourself to where you need to go.
Hmm,
that's big, man. That's big. Yeah, and just to piggyback off that, man, like I feel the same way about composure. Like being able to handle yourself in all type of levels of the environment. So like whether it's hot, cold, windy or rainy. You feel me? You still the same. You level headed. You eyes on the prize type of thing. Whereas like man, can't nothing stop you from getting to where you need to go. And obviously, can't nobody pull you out of character in the sense of them saying anything to you. Like we were just speaking about the police officer thing, but at the same time, it's like we always like you said, we always want the people to be composed. Those are the best people to be around. Somebody that's able to control themselves in all type of environments. You don't need nobody going to the club with you, ready to hit with somebody or fight with somebody just because they done scuffed a little bit of their shoes or they done bumped them and knocked their drink out their hand. Like obviously those things are annoying, but at the same time you want to be able to be the one to be like, hey man, it's cool, bro. It's all good, bro. I just clean it up, bro. Don't even worry about it. But yeah, somebody that's gonna be able to keep their calm in the midst of knowing like if you flip out, then that means everybody else got to react, and then that reaction to that reaction, you never know where that could lead to. So man, being composed is one of the biggest things for me for sure.
that's real. That's real. Now, when I hear that word, it kind of reminds me. Something y'all was already saying, but it just kind of allowed me to think about you just being emotionally intelligent about a lot of things. Whether it's
Hmm.
your own emotions, whether saying people around you, their situation, that maybe even learning about their emotions more than they know about themselves emotions, or their own emotions, I'd rather say, and just putting yourself in position to like try as many things, especially if you listen to this and you're young. like just try as much things that's like legal, obviously, that you can do, so you can actually you can
Gotta
learn
put that
from these things.
disclaimer out.
Put a disclaimer. People just start going, wait a minute. Uh, yeah. Now, what you want to try as much as you can, so you can, like you said, you want to fail as fast as possible, so you learn from them things. So if this situation may not work, this situation may not work, but now you learn about yourself, and now you're more composed if that happens again. Like, okay, to stay calm in this, keep your anger down from here, or why this person may be angry. It may not it may not even be about you. It could be something internal they going through, and they just lashing out on you. And these are things that you learn as you go through more experiences in your life. If you sheltered a lot, you got to find a way to want to try things that you can get challenged to do and become independent.
Hmm.
Become somebody of yourself that you can challenge yourself to do those things. You don't have to be a business owner like us, but you can just continue to do things in your own right. You can be a leader of your team. You can have weekends with your team. Like, yo, let's watch this podcast today. Let's talk about financial health. Let's talk about some positive stuff over here. What can we do to make sure we get more money, whatever it may be as a person. But
Hmm.
coach is allowing those things to actually happen no matter what happens. And these guys already hit on the head. So just continue to stay you, stay true, have fun in this life. I think we all take it serious because it should be serious, but also look at the sun and understand it's a blessing to be here too. It's a present we need to be in, and don't take it for granted. So again, Hervé LV, we appreciate we appreciate you for coming, my brother. It's been a pleasure, man. It's super exciting to have you on. We definitely gonna continue to follow up, and next time we in Atlanta, we're gonna come as a group. We gonna make sure we hit you up so we can get to on the
And
spot.
we going,
Saying
yeah, and they going on the spots too, man, for sure, man.
Say less,
Pulling
man.
on them spots.
I
nice.
got y'all, man. I want to really thank y'all for having me on here tonight, man. It was a pleasure. I appreciate everything that y'all are doing. I think these conversations are important, and just thank y'all for being y'all, man, and what y'all doing for the community. Like for real, this is dope.
That's real.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
Where can everybody follow you out on the social so they can stay in tune with your story?
So you can follow me at Herve Lewis underscore or at Herve Lewis underscore HERVELOUIS. Spelled the French way underscore.
Well,
Or you can follow me. You can follow my business page too at Door Insurance Group on all socials. And, that's it, man. Stay in contact. We insuring bags one policy at a time.
there you go.
As y'all secure bags, we insure bags. That's it. It's symbiotic.
That's lit.
Straight streamline. I like that.
Nah, facts.
Facts.
You can follow us at Dear Radio Show on IG. Make sure you tap in with us so we can show y'all everything we're doing. Y'all stay up to date with what we got going on. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. All of our YouTube stuff. We post a lot more long form content on there. We do some more shorts on there as well. Starting to build that up. We're super excited to continue to give y'all a lot of different content so we can obviously build what we build in. We appreciate everybody that's been on the journey with us so far and those that are coming along now. So make sure you like and comment, subscribe. LeBranson's YouTube channel, TKD2 Gaming's YouTube
Hmm.
channel as well. Make sure you follow them on IG. It's LeBranson, his IG, and then it's underscore TKD2 Gaming for his IG. Make sure you follow, like, comment, subscribe for those guys as well as my brothers, our brothers, and we wouldn't be here right now without them as well. So we appreciate y'all,
Facts.
fellas. And Siege, brother, take us away.
Man, it's your boy, man, Dear Siege, man. You can follow me at Dear Siege on all platforms, man. From Instagram to TikTok to Twitter, not the X, in support of my boy TKD2 Gaming, man. I'm not doing Facebook. My mama on there, man. Can't do Facebook, man. She be on there commenting and stuff. Hey, it's all good, man. I still can't do Snapchat no more, man. It's getting old. But other than that, man, it's been your boy, man. It's your boy Dear Siege. Follow me all over. But man, again, Hervé, man, take us out with some French, man. Tell them folks, man, we'll see y'all next time, man, in French, man.
Okay. Au revoir. Yeah, I only took it in high school, man. I don't know too much. But I do got y'all with some Creole. Not well, Peter. Bonsoir tout le monde. Béni soit l'éternel. Et tout ça.
And
It's been real.
good night.
Good night.